to the landlord, and the landlord, he opened the packet and he started eating. And that was very strange for her, right? She could not understand what was going on. After I had watched all this, at last I went home. My elder brother was there. I told him the story in all its comic detail. I fell about with laughter at the memory of a big man, and an elder at that, making such a game out of carrying the parcel. But Anand was not amused, and Anand told me that the man wasn't being funny when he carried the package like that. He said everybody believed that they were the upper caste and therefore must not touch us. If they did, they would be polluted. That's why he had to carry the package by its string. So she found it very funny. She went home, or she met her brother, and she told her about the funny incident that she had seen. But her brother was not amused. And he told her that that wasn't funny at all right? It wasn't a comical scene. The fact that the elder of her village was holding it by the string is because all the other people believe that they are untouchables, that if they touch us, they will be polluted. And that is the reason why the elder had held the packet by its string. When I heard this, I didn't want to laugh anymore, and I felt terribly sad. How could they believe that it was disgusting if one of us held that package in his hand? Even though the vadai had been wrapped first in a banana leaf and then parceled in paper, I felt so provoked and angry that I wanted to touch those wretched vadais myself straight away. Why should we have to fetch and carry for these people? I wondered. Such an important elder of ours goes meekly to the shops to fetch snacks and hands them over, reverently, bowing and shrinking, to this fellow who just sits there and stuffs them into his mouth. The thought of it infuriated me. And now that she understood what was going on, she became very angry, all right? She couldn't understand why it was so. The vadais were packed in banana leaf, and inside was a paper as well. So even if the elder had touched the packet, it wouldn't mean that he had touched the vadai. And even so, why should they be treated as untouchables? Why a person who is an elder, all right, and is respected in the community should act like a slave and bow and give respect to a landlord while just handing him pieces of vadai, while he just sits there and stuffs it in his mouth? So she became angry. How was it that these fellows thought so much of themselves? Because they had scraped 4 coins together. But did that mean they must lose all human feelings? We too are human beings. Our people should never run these petty errands for these fellows. We should work in the field, take home our wages, and leave at that. So she kept on thinking about what had surpassed, what she had witnessed, and once she knew what was actually the case, she became very angry, and she kept thinking, why is it that these people, the so-called landlords, think so highly of themselves just because they have managed to put 4 coins together, just because they have money, they think that they have power over us. Why should our elder, who is respected so much, go and do petty errands, all right, petty errands, small jobs like going to the shop, sweet shop and getting vadais? We should work in a field. We should be paid, and that is it, all right? We are giving our services to the landlord to work in the field, and we are getting paid for that, and that is it. We should not be used as servants for petty errands, is what she believed. My elder brother, who was studying at a university, had come home for the holidays. He would often go to the library in a neighboring village in order to borrow books. He was on his way home one day, walking along the banks of the irrigation tank. One of the landlord's men came up behind him. He thought my Anand looked unfamiliar, and so he asked, "Who are you, Appa? What's your name?" Anand told him his name. Immediately the other man asked, "Thambi, on which street do you live? The point of this was that if he knew on which street he lived, he would know our caste too. So her brother Anand was a university student who had come home during the vacations, and he would often go to the neighboring village to get books from the library. And upon one such occasion, while coming back, he was stopped by the landlord's men, and they asked him, because he looked unfamiliar, right? He used to come there only for the holidays. What is your name? And he told them his name. And then the other man asked, Thambi, where do you live? And the reason behind this question was that if they knew where they live, they would know which caste he belonged to as well, because of caste segregation, and all the so-called untouchables used to live in the same area. Anand told me all these things, and he added, because we are born into this community, we are never given any honor or dignity or respect. We are stripped of all that. But if we study and make progress, we can throw away these indignities. So study with care, learn all you can. If you are always ahead in your lessons, people will come to you of their own accord and attach themselves to you. Work hard and learn. The words that Anand spoke to me that day made a very deep impression on me. And I realized that, and I studied hard with all my breath and being. In a frenzy almost, as Anand had urged, I stood first in my class, and because of that, many people became my friends. So Anand told his sister everything about what untouchability was and how even he was a victim of that. And she did not like it at all. And Anand told her that if you want to rise above this, you need to educate yourself. All right, you need to be ahead of other people in terms of education. Because once you are ahead, all right, once you are successful, people will forget all about your life, all right, all about you, where you come from, who are you, where do you live. People will forget about your caste basically, and they will only see you as an example of success, and they will want to get associated with you. And this advice of her brother, she took to heart. She studied really hard, and she stood first in class, and she made a lot of friends. All right, and with this, we come to the end of the 8th chapter from your vistas, titled Memories of Childhood, and completed part 1 in the previous video, and part 2, we too are human beings today. All right, so dear students, as usual, please go through the text line by line, read along as I am reading, read along with me, and then find all the difficult words, underline it, get the meanings from the dictionary. All right, and in the coming days I'll be sending to you the summaries of the chapter along with the questions as well. So please do the needful and go through the text once. All right, good day.